Dedicated to the goal, soccer standout Carly Lloyd is not afraid of hard work, by Marty Kaminsky. More than 53,000 soccer fans waving flags and banners fill BC Place Stadium in Vancouver, British Columbia. They await the start of the 2015 Women's World Cup final between Japan and the United States. The U.S. has not held the cup since 1999 and is determined to take it back. Japan is set on keeping the cup, which they won in 2011. But Japan isn't ready for this year's U.S. team, and their starting center midfielder, Carly Lloyd. Less than 3 minutes into the game, midfielder Megan Rapinoe directs a corner kick to Lloyd, who taps it into the goal, making the first score of the game. A minute and a half later, Lloyd collects a pass from teammate Julie Johnston and flips it into the net. Soon, midfielder Lauren Holiday breaks free and scores. The game is barely 15 minutes old, and Japan, stunned by the U.S. team's lightning strikes, faces a score of 3-0. As if 3 unanswered goals are not enough, the unthinkable happens. In a burst of energy, Lloyd steals the ball. She sees that Japan's goalie is out of position. The crowd roars as Lloyd launches a high, arcing shot from 55 yards out. The goalkeeper can only stumble backward and swat at the ball as the improbable shot sails over her head and into the net. The game is not even 1/4 over, and Carly Lloyd has already completed a hat trick, scoring 3 goals in one game. Team USA leads with a score of 4-0, well on their way to a 5-2 victory and the World Cup championship. Before the World Cup began, Lloyd described her knack for shining in big games. "There's a switch that kind of goes off inside of me when there's a big match," she said in an interview with U.S. Soccer. "Those are the moments that I live for. You know, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Everything that goes into my training, it's for those big moments." Born in 1982, Lloyd lived to play sports as she grew up in Delran, New Jersey. Her parents tried to interest her in 3 Ds: dance, dolls, and dress up. Instead, she was drawn to basketball, baseball, hockey, and most of all, soccer. Soon she could outcompete her younger siblings, Stephen and Ashley. She searched the neighborhood for tougher challenges, playing anyone who was willing. In a nearby soccer field, she practiced for hours. Her practice paid off in high school. Twice her team made it to the state finals. Twice she was chosen for the All-State team, and she was named to Parade Magazine's All-America team, also twice. In 2001, she went to Rutgers University, where she became an award-winning standout. Coaches at the national level noticed her, and in 2003, she was invited to try out for the under-21 U.S. team. To her surprise, she was cut from the team. "I was devastated," Lloyd recalls. There was lots of crying and wondering what I should do. I felt that I let a lot of people down. I was about to quit the game for good." Her father convinced her to work with soccer trainer James Galanis. Soon she was in 6-hour practice sessions year-round, in all kinds of weather. Her will to learn was high, and her sacrifices were great. Galanis explains, Carly turned her weaknesses into her strengths. Endurance, mental toughness, and determination are now her strengths." Lloyd's play improved, and so did her attitude. When she was benched for poor play, she did not blame others. Instead, she cheered on her teammates. Then she worked even harder on her skills. Finally, a spot opened up on the under-21 team. This time, she made the roster. Since then, Lloyd has started more than 200 games with the women's national team. Despite injuries and setbacks, she has become the highest-scoring midfielder in U.S. women's soccer history. She scored the game-winning goals for the U.S. women's team in the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. In the 2015 World Cup, she was awarded the Golden Ball, recognizing her as the best player in the tournament. This month, she and the U.S. team are going for gold again at the Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Through it all, she has learned to stay positive. If you have a goal, there will always be challenges. But if you work hard, you can do it, she says. Believe in yourself, dedicate yourself to that goal, and make it come true.